Hi guys, thanks for watching another video from the Critter Depot. We sell and ship hundreds of thousands of black soldier fly larvae every week. And since they're such a popular product, we wanted to show you what it's like to receive them in the mail and unbox them. But first question, why would anyone want to order black soldier fly larvae? Well, there are two reasons why. The first is they are a high source of protein, which makes them a good feeder for reptiles, chickens, and fish. But on the downside, they're also very fatty. So if you are feeding for your reptiles, you want to limit that to almost like a snack, similar with superworms. The second reason is they are excellent composters. Black soldier fly larvae will eat about twice their body weight per day. And they can also eat meats, citrus, and any other type of decaying material. That effectively makes them better than redworms as far as composting. Now, composting with black soldier fly larvae, that's a whole other topic. We do have another video that discusses how to start composting black soldier fly larvae. But for this video, we're just gonna focus on unboxing them from the mail and storing them as pet food. So we sell them in quantities of 100, 200, and 500, and this is a box of 500. Now, unlike crickets, when you get them in the mail, you don't have to have a habitat prepared for them. That is because when they arrive, they're going to be in little cups like this. So as you can see, we have 250 in this cup right here, and the bedding material that we put in here will also act as their food source. So this bedding material is made from almond hulls and wheat grain. This bedding material will feed them, and they can live in this for 7 days, another 7 days after you receive them. So when you get them, it's not urgent that you put them in a habitat right away. They can live in this for up to 7 days. So this bedding material will work for your purpose. But after about 7 days, they'll start to turn it into their frass, which is their compost, and they need to get fresh bedding material. Now, this bedding material also is a good diet for them, because if you're using them for feed, you want to make sure that whatever they eat transfers to your pet. So there's many other places to buy black soldier fly larvae. You just want to be mindful where you get them, that they're feeding them, something that you'd want your pet to eat. If you're buying them from a compost facility, they could be eating horse manure or cow manure, and that's not a good source to transfer to your pet. So just be mindful of what they're actually eating. Storing black soldier fly larvae, what makes this challenging compared to crickets is that they go through a life cycle. So black soldier fly larvae, it's a 4-stage life cycle. It starts as an egg, the larva, the pupate, and then the actual black soldier fly. These are the larva stage, and they can last about 28 days in the larva stage. Now, they're very temperature dependent. Their peak performance is about the mid-80s, like 85 degree Fahrenheit. So if you're composting, that's your target. But since we're trying to use them for pet food, we want to preserve that larval stage, and the best way to do that is to decrease the temperature. So something you can do after you get them, since they can last in this cup for 7 days after you get it, you can put this cup directly in the refrigerator. The refrigerator, typically about 50 degrees, that'll give you another 3 to 4 weeks. Now, it doesn't have to be as cold as a refrigerator. If you have an air conditioner on in your room, in the 60s, 70s, that would even slow down their life cycle. That would give you about another 2 to 3 weeks. So definitely, since we're using for food, we want to prolong this larva stage. So if you prolong the larva stage, you prevent the from pupating. You can, but you don't want to feed the pupates to your reptiles because they start to get a hard skin. Makes it harder to digest. So just try to decrease that temperature to prolong the larva stage. Now you don't have to do this, but we do advise that you want to create a new habitat. Like we said, the last 7 days in this container, but it's good habit to get them into a new habitat sooner rather than later. And that's pretty easy to do. It's comparable to creating habitat for superworms. Now what I like to use, good 5-gallon bucket, just standard 5-gallon bucket. Now obviously this wouldn't fit in a refrigerator, so you could use a smaller Tupperware. You see the size for 250, they would fit in any type of Tupperware. But so I'm going with a 5-gallon bucket. Their substrate, just keep it nice and simple, oatmeal. So I'm just gonna put all this oatmeal in here. There's gonna be plenty of oatmeal for them to last probably about 14 days. Now, the other drawback, that what makes them different from superworms is that they require a high humidity. If you don't give them the humidity they need, then that's gonna encourage them to pupate faster. When they pupate, they look for dry areas, so just try and add some moisture to it. Typically, you want to go about a 3-to-1 ratio for 3 parts oatmeal, 1 part water. So I'm just going to introduce some water here. Mix it up a little bit. And now I'm just going to dump in my black soldier fly larva. Give you a nice up close look. So that's what they look like. You can see they're nice, soft-bodied. You can get them in 1/2-inch variety or 3/4-inch variety. You know, again, it all depends on what size you need for your pet, and that's going to depend on the distance between their eyes. So, yeah, they're a good source of protein, high fat content, so you don't want them to be a staple diet, but they'll live in here, and that'll be about it. So I'm not going to refrigerate this. We're just going to let this sit outside and compost. We like their compost, but for pet purposes, that's the best way to set up their habitat. So that about wraps it up. Appreciate your attention. Let us know if you have any questions. You can contact us at contact@thecritterdepot.com or comment below with your questions or tips of your own, and hope you found this helpful. Thanks a lot.